Yo! Okay, so I'm back from Miami. I learned a couple things. I wanted to share some of those things with you. I got some tips. Like, if you see it and you can steal it, then you can achieve it. That's how I got these glasses. Stole them in Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Okay, so I got back this morning, right? I got back at midnight last night. 12 a.m. this morning, I landed in JFK in some sandals, okay? So I'm cold. I've been cold for the last 12 hours. It was 80 degrees, 85 degrees, 86 degrees every single day I was down in Miami, and I got back up here in the same sandals I left in, and it was 53 degrees. And I was like, whoa, are those my toes? Are those my toes? So let's do just a couple quick things that I learned, because I want you guys to also learn these things. The first thing that I learned is that apparently the state bird of Miami is the cockroach. I didn't even know that that could be a bird in a state, but when we got to the airport, when we got to our hotel, they were like, make sure you close the drain in the shower every night, because something might crawl out. What might crawl out? What? What's gonna crawl out? They're like, you'll see. I'll see? Somebody else was like, make sure you keep the lid on the toilet down also. Something might crawl out of there. What is crawling out of the toilet? Alligators? Lizards? So I'm freaking out, right? I don't even want to shower. You already know I'm a germaphobe. You already know I'm OCD. You already know I shower in my flip-flops when I go to a hotel. That's janky. I'm in the shower, like, on my tiptoes in my flip-flops, right? And a couple days later, we're in the hotel room, and Sydney goes to put her shoes on. There's a roach in her shoe! Wow. Listen. Gagging. She's screaming. She runs outside. She throws the whole shoe off the balcony, because who needs that shoe now? That's the roach's size 9 now. Yeah, she got big feet. So she throws the shoe out the window, out off the balcony. But that's not even what I wanted to tell you guys. That's not even the story on the road that I wanted to hit you guys with. So we were in Miami. We had a couple comedy shows. Some of you guys watching this came to see me. Apparently everyone who watches my videos, super sexy, because I have not met a single ugly subscriber since I've been out in these streets. So thank you very much for being adorable. There were 6 of us in Miami performing. We all flew down from New York. We're having a great time. None of us had a car. One of the comedians that happened to be down there was like, oh, I'll drive you guys around. I got a car. I'm like, how many doors is it? It's a 2-door. You gotta get in the car. You know what I'm talking about, them 2-door coupes where you gotta like hit the button in the front and you gotta smush the whole seat. You know what I'm talking about. The whole seat smushes forward so that the people can get into the back. One of them cars. So we wanted to go to a party in the neighborhood, or a few blocks away, or just a couple towns. I don't know where it was. I'm not from Miami. I don't know how Miami's laid out. I just know that we needed to take a car and we couldn't walk there. So we had 6 people with us total. The one car fits 4, and then we had this guy who was also at the show. Never met him. Don't know who he is. Apparently he's like an MMA fighter or whatever. His name was Carlos. Carlos was like, oh, well, where are we going? I'll take half of y'all. I'm like, you gonna take half of us where? Do we know you? Do you know me? Are you my father? Like, who are you? Also, you fight MMA? You probably got lots of steroid rage, dude. Like, come on. He's like, no, I have a car. Like, I'll take you guys. I'm like, okay, Carlos, let me tell you something, okay? Back when I was in college, I was jumping in and out of cars with boys, in and out of cars with strangers, not giving a damn about what could or would, or even thinking about the possibilities of what could happen to me. But since college, I've watched 7 seasons of Law & Order SVU. I've watched 3 seasons of Snapped in 2 days. I've watched much too much crime drama to just jump in any old car, okay? What kind of car you drive? So he tells me, I was like, ow, guys, it's a 2017. We can take this. So half half of my friends go in the other comedian's car, and then me and another friend and this other girl go to Carlos's car, right? We get to his car. Plan A for me is always take a picture of the license plate and then send that to every single person that I know, post it on my Twitter, post it on the gram, post it on my Facebook as my like banner, my cover photo, because you gonna know if I come up missing that this is the car that I was in. Last seen in this car. So I basically send my own Amber Alerts out. So he's taking stuff out of his back seat and putting it in the trunk. So while he's putting stuff in the trunk, I'm in the back trying to take a picture of the license plate. He sees me standing behind him and he was like, go ahead, take a picture of the plate. I was like, already doing it, Carlos! Taking pictures of the license plate, right? So we get in. I text the picture to everybody that I know. My pastor got a copy. My rabbi got a copy. And my monk also got a copy. So I sent it to everybody. I posted a picture of the license plate on Yelp. I was like, it's a cute car. It's a 2017, but it's a Nissan Altima. So, like, you know, whatever. One of the lights is out in the back. Whatever. Trunk is a little bit dented. Whatever. So, we in the car. I'm in the back seat. My homegirl is in the front. Carlos is here. And then there's another chick here. Right? Let's call her White Lady. We're driving. White Lady's sniffing real hard. Just... I'm like, damn, like she need to get her allergies under control. I turned to look. White Lady is doing cocaine. White Lady is doing White Lady in the back seat. Just bumps of cocaine off of a dirty ass key. Just, this is me. You doing cocaine in the back seat next to me? White Lady goes, yeah, but this is my cocaine. Me. Here I go. I wasn't gonna ask you for none. Okay, my body is a temple. Been there, done that. Cocaine is not for me. Okay, listen, you have to try everything at least one time to see if you like it or if it makes you feel like you're having a heart attack and you think you're gonna die. So, you know, I'm not here for the cocaine, but White Lady is here for the White Lady. It's like it was like snow all over the back seat, just like, and I'm like, oh, and they say it doesn't snow in Florida. They lie. They've never been in the back of Carlos's Nissan Altima. That's why they say that. So flurries of cocaine everywhere. It's probably in my hair still. So here I am, just looking at White Lady while she's doing her White Lady. She's skiing the slopes on a dirty ass key, just so. And then I look at White Lady and she's putting it on her gums. She's like, ah, that's heavenly. What? That's heavenly? What is this? If you're watching this and you do cocaine, why do y'all put it on your gums? What's the justification of having numb gums? I go to the dentist and they put Novocaine on my gums and that don't feel good to me. So this is White Lady. And then we in the car, my friend in the front seat is texting me, are we going the right way? I'm like, girl, let me jump on Google Maps right now to see if we're even going in the right direction. So I'm on Google Maps and I'm like, well, let's see where we are. Let's see where we're going. I put the address in and for a second I was like, ah! For a second, I was like, ah, we're on the wrong way. But we were going the right way. And I'm watching us go to closer and closer to this thing. Then, instead of making a right turn, we made a left turn. And I was like, oh, no. They gonna kill us. Carlos is gonna kill us while White Lady is doing cocaine on the bodies. So, Carlos is like, whoops, made a wrong turn. Got to turn back around. I'm in my phone like this. Making sure that he's actually doing what he's telling us he's doing. He pops the Yui. He starts to drive the right way. And then we hear, whoop, whoop. Red and blue lights behind us. I'm in the car like this. Oh, hell no. Covered in a cloud of cocaine. Okay? In the backseat, cops is here. We already know Florida is the state that's the dumbest. Y'all the ones who don't know how to vote correctly on your ballot. Y'all the one where Jeb Bush was governor or whatever the hell Jeb Bush was doing. Y'all the ones where gators be crawling out of your toilet bowls and y'all haven't figured out how to put little screens on top of the toilet bowls. Y'all the ones with roaches that jump in people's high heels. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die in Florida. I can't believe this. Covered in a cloud of cocaine. So now, White Lady in the backseat, trying to slide the drugs to my side of the back seat. I said, no, that's your cocaine. Slide it back to your side. Oh, now it's our cocaine? White lady? That's peculiar. Who got the numb gums? I could feel that. Can you feel that in your mouth? So I'm looking at white lady like, no, put the cocaine back on your side. Which is a sentence that I never thought that I would say, but I said it in Miami several times. So we sit in the car, right? Like this, just. Carlos is like, well, let's get our story straight. Who was drinking tonight? I'm like, you, Carlos. You're the only person who was drinking tonight. Because I saw him down several beers before he got in the front seat. I don't know why I got in his car. I mean, I do know why I got in his car. It was at 2017. So I'm like this. Cop comes up. License and registration, please, is it? I'm like, oh, he's Spanish. Carlos Spanish. They probably cousins, right? That's probably his brother. So they talking to each other. I'm like, do they know each other? Do they box together? Do they go to the same iglesia? Do they like Enrique Iglesias? Do they bailamos together? So I'm feeling okay. White lady is doing great. She back here thriving. So the cop comes up. He asks for his license and registration. Carlos is like, he's being real polite. He's like, hey, officer. You sure, officer? I got to reach into my trunk to get that, officer. The officer's like, the trunk? And he was like, I mean the glove box. The officer's like, okay. He leans to get the ID and everything. He gives it to the officer. The officer goes back to his car. Carlos is like, okay, so what we gonna say? Me and my friend in the car like, what we gonna say? We gonna say that y'all kidnapped us. That's what we gonna say. We gonna say that we're here under duress. That's what we gonna say. Carlos is like, well, who are we gonna say was drinking? I'm like, Carlos, you smell like Corona. It's you that's drinking. So we sitting in the car like this. My friend is in the front seat, so she's like, I'll say that I was drinking. I'm like, girl, you so dumb. I'm gonna say that they kidnapped me. I'm gonna say that I got took, and this is black taken. I'm gonna tell them that my father does not have a special set of skills, and I don't want to be here right now. So, we sitting here. The cop comes back. He's like, you just need to make sure you get that tail light fixed. Because I told y'all, the light was broken back there. Carlos is like, oh, thank you so much, officer. You have a good night. Officer's like, bye. Officer starts to walk away. We all in the car like this. Phew! Officer says, what was that? White lady goes, nothing at all. And then after that, we never jumped in a stranger's car ever again. Ever again. Because I could have went to jail for some cocaine that I didn't even do. It didn't make my gums numb. I would rather take an Uber. That happened the first night I was in Miami, right? So the rest of the time that we're there, we're like, oh, we only doing Ubers from here on out. We get in an Uber. It's me, Sydney, in the front seat, my friend Molly. We sitting in the car minding our own business, just thriving. I'm checking my Instagram to make sure my ass pics are still getting likes. Mind you, there's one picture where my butt looks super juicy. So, I'm looking at the photos of my butt, trying to see why no one has slid in my DMs, because my DMs are just dry. So I'm sitting in the car, and what crawls across the back seat between the driver's seat and the front seat? A roach. I was like, huh! I didn't even know roaches came outside, y'all. I was like, oh my God, are we in an Uber pool right now? Are we pooling with this cockroach? I scream. My friend Molly in the back seat doesn't see what I see. She's like, what? I was like, I see a bug. There's a bug in here. Because I couldn't even bring myself to say, there's a roach in here, right? Like, that's so gross to me, so beneath me as a queen. And the driver was like, huh, you freaking out over a bug? I said, no, sir, I'm freaking out over a roach. You got a roach in your vehicle. You have a road roach. A road roach, sir. He's like, what? Sydney's like, there's a roach in here? She was like, I didn't even know roaches came outside. I was like, neither did I. She was like, there are a lot of roaches in Miami. She was like, remember there was a roach in my shoe earlier. So the driver goes, so then this is probably your roach. Nah, dude. She didn't bring a roach. She didn't order an Uber for me, her, Molly, and the roach. That's your roach. So the driver's like, trying to play it off. He laughing. I'm in the back seat with my feet up like this, okay? Because I had on sandals. I brought my feet up. Okay, my feet were up, and I did not put them down the entire time that I was in the car. So when he drops us off at our hotel, we all get out. Me, Sydney, Molly, him, probably the roach. We all get out of the car, and he's like looking to see if he can see the roach. Listen, Miami was gross. Actually, Miami was beautiful. All the roach stuff was nasty, and the cocaine stuff was kind of a bit much for me. But I'll probably be back real soon. I don't know where I'm going to be next, but I'm in New York now. We got a bunch of shows coming up out here. If you can come to those, come to those. If you can't come to those, keep waiting for us to come to whatever city you live in, and we'll come hang out with you in Oklahoma or Korea or Buenos Aires. I don't even know if that's how you say that. Or Argentina or Panama City. Wherever you live, we'll come find you, or you guys can come to New York and find us. Anyway, call me when you get home. Please stay away from Ubers full of cockroaches. And again, if you see something that's cute and it's your size, take it.